Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mario 3. I'm Drunken Dan.
I'm Trey. Was Clinton impeached, or did he quit before he could be impeached?
I think he
He was never
played out
impeached.
his.
Okay.
Yeah, he never got impeached. There was proceedings for it, but he
Well,
never did.
I
The only
know-
person who's been fully impeached was Nixon.
I thought Nixon also quit before he got impeached.
Yeah, Nixon quit because when
Oh, he resigned.
Nixon was basically told like, "Yeah, you're busted."
Yeah. Didn't Clinton go through his entire thing though?
Clinton finished. Like they impeached him, but for whatever reason they never went through with it. I don't remember why.
I mean, we were kids, so it's hard for us to remember.
It's kind of stupid when you think he was impeached not because he had the blowjob, but because he lied about having the blowjob.
He was that was it. He was impeached because he lied in court. Like that was their excuse to impeach him. Like everyone was like, you should have just said yes. Like yes, I totally had inappropriate sexual relations with that woman, but
oh
well.
Told
Yeah.
It's a bit silly when you think about it, but I guess
It really is silly as all hell.
But then what a simple time that was when it's like a president who has extramarital sex. Oh, I can't believe something.
So, yeah.
How quaint.
Yeah.
So every single Democrat voted not guilty.
Every single Democrat.
Yes, every single Democrat in the when they impeached Clinton.
Oh.
It's like who voted guilty, like 0 and 0 from both houses.
Well, we're trying to work out if any presidents have actually been impeached, or if they all quit right before they actually got impeached.
Only two of them have
had the proceedings. Nixon would have went through, but he resigned before the finale of it. So that's about as far as we've gotten as Nixon.
And Clinton was voted not guilty because all of the Democrats voted no, and enough of the 15 Republicans voted.
I think it was at the time too when weren't the Democrats the House majority too?
Probably.
Or like a majority or
no,
something.
the looks like the Republicans were.
Oh, that's surprising.
Well, I mean, think about it.
45 Democrat, they all voted not guilty. 45-50 Republican, and 15 of those.
Well, if you think
that is honestly kind of surprising.
15 of those voted not guilty, so it was 45-50 and 55-50. So he got off.
I mean, let's be
10 votes.
Let's be fair. It was probably like them hedging their bets because most of them are probably shagged around as well, especially in office.
Well, it was because he was in his second term. He was nearly done. They were like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it because then if the vice president got in, he could vote. He could go for president next term.
Well,
didn't Nixon get pardoned by the very next president?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I mean,
they just because the next president was basically like, look, his career is over. He's not going to be involved in politics anymore. Let's pardon him so he doesn't spend the rest of his life being treated like crap.
Paying for the crimes he definitely committed. Man, if only the rest of the legal system worked that way. Oh yeah, sure, he killed a guy, but his career's over.
Yeah, come on, it's fine.
Man, don't you just love the justice system?
It's not broken at all. There's no two-tiered justice system. What are you talking about?
Well, anyway, I only mention this because I asked this because I genuinely think Trump will never resign. He will fight it all out because he'll genuinely think it won't happen.
Like literally, unless they actually do it, he will stay in office.
Yeah.
Like quite a few people are half convinced that if he is impeached, he will literally attempt to take over the country.
Yeah, but he'll
rally his loyalists to
Surely he'll fail because they'll just have the Secret Service shoot him.
Not only that, but even if he got far enough to rile them up, Trump cannot manage shit. So
true.
This is gonna sound fucked, but the rebellion, so to speak, wouldn't last very long.
Well, this is the problem with impeaching Trump and why they're hesitant to do it. If it doesn't work, then that's just gonna that's pretty much that might hand him the next election because he'll just have ammo oh yeah, they were out to get me and they failed, so can't trust the Democrats. And enough people might fall for it that he might get elected again.
I mean,
so that was it. They're like, if we try to impeach him and it doesn't work, we will never hear the end of it.
I mean, surely by virtue of the fact that his main opponent, Joe Biden, literally comes off as a senile old man, is the biggest detriment.
Yeah.
That too.
Like
That's even worse.
that's what I was trying to work out. Like, why would you like go to such extreme lengths to get dirt on a man who doesn't even know where
Or he
is?
like contacted the fucking Ukrainians, saying like, "You do some research on my opponent."
It wasn't so much that he contacted the Ukraine. It was you do that. You find dirt on his son, or else I will withhold arms shipments to you.
Yup.
From what I understand.
Yeah, it was like he's like withheld like aid to the Ukraine.
So it's not. It's less so that as a favor, why don't you give me some dirt, and more, I'm going to use.
It's like mafia blackmail.
I think the mafia at least have the decency to give you the kiss of death, not the well, if you don't do what I say, you can die. You'll go fuck yourself.
True.
Oh well, it probably won't
So
get
yeah,
impeached anyway.
so yeah, if Clinton was impeached, then Gore would have been president for like a couple years before when he ran against Bush.
Man, do you want to know something really fucking depressing?
What?
According to environmental scientists, something like back in 2000, America had reduced its CO2 emissions by like 2%, we'd be in such a better climate change would not be the rapidly encroaching issue that it is. So Al Gore losing that election might have doomed the fucking planet.
The funny thing is, technically, he didn't even lose it. He fucking gave up with the fucking recount time, and then, well... No, he gave up when they decided to do a recount, so that's...
a better thing. If Gore won, he would have been in charge when 9/11 happened.
Well, and Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah.
And all those other things. Man, it was just... Like, you get presidents...
There was really nothing... I mean, there was really nothing more they could do about Katrina. Bush just looked like a jackass because he went to his ranch and acted like he didn't care.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when he was given... Because don't forget, he was also given intel about the attack for 9/11 before it happened, and he just decided not to act on it.
Supposedly.
Allegedly.
No, that was a thing that did happen. Now, that's not the whole, like, conspiracy thing where you were like, oh, did he... No. There was no, like, oh, this is all a conspiracy to get, like, control or shit like that. They're too fucking incompetent for that.
Oh, right. Did people wind up attacking Area 51? I want to know.
Oh, yeah, the people went there, but only 2 people actually tried crossing.
Did they get shot?
Like,
no,
they just got arrested.
What's the fun in that? Should have shot them.
Fuck this. I don't care anymore.
This is the thing. A lot of people were going to live stream it, but it turns out... It
basically just turned into, like, a music fest.
Then they definitely would have been shot.
Like, a couple guys were trying to live stream, but, like, it turns out there's very little service.
In the middle of the
desert.
desert.
In the middle of the desert. Plus,
who would have thought?
Plus, right next to a military base with all kinds of interference that, yeah, you weren't going to get much of a connection. So, like, a couple guys were going to try to charge it, but then, like, well, if they couldn't live stream it, what was the point? Was what they said, basically.
God, that would have been funny if you just had a live stream of a whole bunch of people charging Area 51 and then getting gunned down.
But yeah, but pretty much just happened was not within the obviously not like too close to the base. It just turned into like a music festival. A bunch of people just kind of hung out, brought barbecues and shit, and that was pretty much it.
A couple hundred people showed up, so it's not like it would have been enough to do anything.
There was I think a bit more than a couple hundred, but then again, it was also like in a town that was like, oh my god, there's sirens. I don't know if they're picking up on the mic, but I can hear them.
Oh, it's the people coming after you.
Finally.
They found out we're talking about Trump.
What? No. We were talking about Clinton.
Yeah. Speaking of dumb things, though, like this, so I'm gonna probably start off with, I don't think anyone here wants to or cares about the Joker movie, right?
Nope.
So this is kind of like a weird thing to talk about, but, so some of the families of the victims of that, you remember the shooting at the fucking movie theater?
Oh yeah.
They're trying to convince the studio to not release the movie.
Yeah, I mean, they already released like a whole bunch of movies featuring the Joker. This feels a bit weird.
It's more specifically that that apparently the Joker's movie is just an angry white man who snaps and becomes a clown terrorist. And they're like, yeah, we have enough people that we have enough people like that in the actual world today that we don't need a movie trying to, inspire them. They're afraid that like it's gonna start a new wave of like terrorism.
I mean,
possibly with people wearing clown makeup.
I mean, I feel like it's not like that kind of film that's going to inspire terrorism. It's going to be shit like Ghostbusters 2016. You know, things that are just like obnoxiously bad.
But like
that's what causes kill. That's what gets people to kill other people.
Guns don't kill people. Ghostbusters kill people. I don't even think Ghostbusters... So the funny thing is, Ghostbusters 2016 was just a painfully mediocre movie, to be honest.
I didn't see it. It's just that for some reason a friend group started erupting and bitching about it, and then I stayed out of it because
it was bad, but it wasn't horrifically bad. It was
bad, but it wasn't.
It was average, painfully average.
Well, okay,
it was not great, but more importantly, like anyone that tried to complain, they tried to make it about like politics.
Well, that's the point.
Like social justice, like you just don't like it because it starred all women. They're like, no, I didn't like it because it was a mess.
I mean, people do that in general, but like, what I was gonna comment with the Joker thing that I really don't like about that whole thing of trying to get a movie banned because of it. It's like, oh yeah, this will trigger people to be inspired. Like anything, this isn't like try to like downplay like people with trigger things that can trigger someone, but like literally anything can trigger a reaction from somebody.
I mean, I remember when that Slenderman movie was coming out and then got hastily shit.
I go outside, I get triggered. I get in a car, I get triggered.
I watch Kill la Kill, I get triggered.
I see what you did there, but no, I'm like being like serious though. Like anything can be like a PTSD trigger for somebody. So like you would have to scrub anything out. Like you have to scrub pretty much everything, like just everything out in order to keep everyone from being like not triggered. And I'm trying to use the medical term here. I'm not like trying to be a smart ass.
I am.
And it's just I get like, for example, the theater there isn't playing the movie, which honestly, yeah, I don't blame them. I wouldn't want to show that fucking movie either. But, like, it just seems dumb to try and, like, tell a studio to not release a movie. Even though it's a movie I have no interest in.
Well, it's a form of censorship, really, when you think about it. Well, it's, it is a form. It is just flat-out censorship.
Yeah, it's like book burning, like, back in the day. Like, it's like that kind of level of shit. So, and I don't like that. I'm morally opposed to that shit.
Oh well, I'm not going to see it. I mean, it's apparently the best movie.
Yeah, I'm not going.
It's the best movie ever. I don't know. Is that something people are saying? I saw one review on the side of a bus, and I thought, yeah, but it was probably paid for by the studio. So,
I mean, most of those kind of are. That, and also, I've come to really kind of
it's
eyeball funny. Like, yeah,
Batman.
I've kind of come to eyeball a lot of reviews, published reviews, kind of funny, because a lot of them tend to be kind of shit.
I think I've mentioned
trust these days.
Well, I've mentioned before, I have a sneaking suspicion that comic book movies are always going to get this particular favoritism, because at this point everyone's kind of got used to the idea of what they are and how to research them so that you can beat.
Versus, like, say back in say like the 90s or like 80s when people didn't know what they were, and you'd have like Roger Ebert not want to admit to liking a funny book with The Dark Knight.
And so you have like, but it's also like
because remember him and Siskel and Ebert back in the day, they like said like, oh, the Mask of the Phantasm is bad, even though it's like straight up the best Batman movie. Fight me.
I mean, but I also think it's like also the attitude of, since every website and YouTube has to have like some innocuous thing like top 10 things you didn't know about Tony Stark's suit. Yeah, you should.
Number one, he stole it from another scientist because he is a Thomas Edison. Okay, he didn't do that. I just wanted to be a jackass.
No, but like all I'm saying is that everyone has now reached that point where it's easy to look up. So it's like, oh, Civil War's coming out here. I'll like read about I'll quickly do a search on what Civil War is, or read the trade paperback, and no, I'm an expert on it. And then you could pretend to like it, and then that's how you can tell when people have like the sort of fake enthusiasm for something that's just nobody likes, like Civil War. I mean, the movie's fine, but the fucking storyline of the comics is so bad.
Oh yeah, the comic storyline is bad. It is atrocious. The movie one is a lot better because it right away is like, wow, this is a really stupid concept, just having the heroes punch each other. Let's not do that for long.
What's hilarious is that the movie realizes the key fact, which is that no sane man goes along with pro-reg.
Exactly.
Even like halfway through the movie, Tony's like, wow, this is dumb, I'm dumb.
This was a terrible idea. I never should have trusted Thunderbolt Ross.
And it's a good thing I figured this out before, I went on some kind of genocidal power trip and like made a clone of one of my best friends.
God, though, I cannot believe that Thunderbolt Ross is Secretary of Defense or whatever, or Secretary of State or whatever the title position he has. Because even if you take him for like just what happened in the movies, he is completely to blame for shooting up a school camp, university, and also destroying half of Harlem. And creating a supervillain. Like, all three of them are things that are directly his fault.
Yeah, but they pin that entirely on Abomination. Because they could do that.
Abomination didn't shoot up the university. Well, okay, he sort of did. He shot a little bit, but not all of it.
Pretty much, yeah.
He only shot the bits... Well, actually, did he even...
Hasn't Thunderbolt caused so many problems, even in, like, the comic books and shit?
Oh, because he's the worst. Like, he's just basically a... He's like JJ, but if JJ was in charge of tank.
He was like if JJ, but if JJ could do more than just scream at someone on the news.
It's like if JJ was Duke Cayenne.
Pretty much, yeah.
Haha,
it's like if JJ could order people to, like, to militaries to actually do stuff.
If JJ was evil.
I mean, then he'd just be Perry White.
I mean...
but yeah,
hell.
I finished Trails of Cold Steel 2, so I'm officially caught up on localized Trails games.
Yay.
Hooray. I like the part where the guy says he hates nobles.
It's funny.
Like, a lot of people that I've recommended the series to, they're like, man, that guy with the glasses that hates nobles is awesome. I don't know if it's because, like, he starts his rant in, like, the first 5 minutes of the game, and that's all people play through, but yeah. He's very memorable.
Well, it's because he makes the rant while he's wielding a shotgun.
Yes.
And it's like... So,
it's kind of hard to forget that.
And he is also the leader of all the conversations when you do that first when you do the first trip to the schoolhouse, where it's like everything's led by him going, so are you a noble? How about them nobles, eh? You're not a noble, are you?
No. Are you a noble? No. Are you a noble? I don't have a drop of noble blood in me. That's suspicious, but okay. Are you a noble? Yes, but I also have a gigantic sword that's as big as I am. Oh, okay, fair enough.
Okay, well, you're the cool noble, then.
Well, I guess you could be the token noble.
I won't eviscerate you today.
Every group has a token noble.
Because I'm terrified of you, because you have a giant fuck-off sword. I'm not terrified of you.
And then
Shut up.
And then you find out his tragic past, and it's like, oh, okay. It's not that tragic.
Let me tell you the horrors of my life.
And then you have Protag, whose life is horrible and miserable.
Man, he'd get along with was it Leone from Fire Emblem, which I like this one post someone made where it's just a picture they drew up Ferdinand from that game with a shirt that says Nobles Rule, and it just says like Ferdinand has yet to figure out why every time he walks out with his shirt, Leone tries to trip him and spill his coffee.
Yeah, someone's like Fire Emblem Three Houses is a lot like Cold Steel, only better.
Oh. I don't think it can be better, because you know what Fire Emblem doesn't have?
Giant robots.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's like...
They do have giant monsters.
Also, they don't have DC Douglas.
That's true. Actually, I think they do.
Oh.
I'm sure he's been in one of these games at some point. But they don't have DC Douglas as the best character and the worst character at the same time.
Yes.
Because he plays 2 characters.
And one is definitely can be described as the best.
The best. The other one. The worst is yet to come.
The best! The best!
I mean, he's
the
not
best!
But he's no McBurn, though.
The best!
Who doesn't love McBurn? McBurn, whose entire shtick is, this isn't even my final form.
Yes, his shtick is I'm powerful. Why? I don't know, I just am.
All of me.
Yeah, he's like, so how much of you is powerful? All of me.
I am all I am, all I am.
There's this great segment where the main character gets... it's not really a kidnapping, is it? They just kind of say, hey, do you want to come and hang out on the supervillain ship for a day or for a little bit?
Well, it's more like they beat the crap out of everybody, and then they're like, so you can come with us, or we can keep raising the shit out of your hometown. He's like, okay, I guess I'll come with you. He's like, so would you like to join us? Like, yeah, no, definitely not. Why would you even think you would pitch that to me like that?
I mean, all of the supervillains do try it, well, except McBurn, he doesn't care. Everyone else is like, well, you know, we're cool mercenary guys, and also if you touch our feet, we'll kill you. And then you have a mystery character who we won't name, who gives you a burger.
Yes.
It's a nice burger, and he tells you his tragic past.
About his tragic past, yes, and even then he's like, my tragic past wasn't really that tragic, so you know.
I know. It's a bit of a letdown, isn't it?
Don't feel obliged to say. Well, I mean, it was kind of tragic, but he's just like, yeah, but my tragic past. He was like he's basically trying to convince you not to cooperate because
he likes fighting.
Because the secret plan requires Reen to not join the bad guys. The secret plan that everyone but Duke Cayenne is in on.
Because the joke is that literally everyone under his employ is doing their own thing.
Pretty much,
Nobody's
yes.
loyal.
They were just waiting for a chance to betray him.
Finally.
It's pretty hilarious, because, I mean, they build up one villain for the entire series, and then he just kind of goes away for a bit. I mean, surprise, there's a new villain, and then he doesn't actually do anything.
Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Haha, I am the new villain. Ha ha ha.
Like, you only see Cayenne in the first game for like 2 seconds, and you have no real indication he's going to be anything important. And then it's like, oh, he's the brains behind the Civil War that's happening now. Well, brains, quotations.
Brains, quotation, and that like more like he's being used as a chump.
Yeah.
Citation
and then
needed.
you find out what his tragic past is. Which he was born into an extremely wealthy and powerful family, but he wants more.
But he wants more, and also his ancestor was a royal jackass because he was a royal jackass. So he's going to take over the country, and that'll totally prove everyone wrong to treat his ancestor like a traitor.
I will show you that I am the best by being the worst. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, it's not really good.
But.
I mean, it comes down to the fact that he's an idiot, and a lot of people took advantage of him.
It is great. It is a great moment at the end where he finds out just how badly he got played.
Does he start going, they played me like a goddamn fiddle! Where is it? Give it back, bitch! Give it back!
Basically.
No, more like he almost starts crying.
Yeah.
He's literally just like, no!
I mean,
it was ours! Give it back!
It is hilarious, the sheer amount of stuff that turned out to just fuck him over. And especially with a certain character appearing and being like, yeah, I planned this.
Oh, just according to Keikaku.
Oh, also, thanks, Evil Society, I'm taking your plan too.
Yeah.
This is my plan.
You made this, I made this.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, and that other evil plan you guys have working in the background, yeah, I'm taking that over too.
And now I'm gonna go take that city-state. Man.
I can't believe they finally did it. They finally made Tony Stark the villain. He's just taking everything.
Pretty much.
Well, he's less of a Tony Stark. He's more of a. I'm trying to think of a good example of a good like counterpoint to him. Because he doesn't fight him. He doesn't fight himself. He just like brainwashes children to do it for him.
I mean, he can fight himself. He just chooses not to.
Well, yeah. Why fight if you can get children to fight for you?
MCU Stark. Okay.
Until you know what he actually does.
Not sure if Milliam is better or worse than MCU Spidey though. which does get pretty grating.
And he's like, hey,
Hmm.
and he's like, hey, so you know that that 8-form special sword style, but here's the 100-form sword style.
Oh no.
And also, I've mastered
Oh
all
fuck,
of
the
them.
Wait, 100 form, the number is biggerer. That means it's betterer.
Well,
Shit.
it's like the Imperial military has their own sword style, which has 100 forms, which they do it because basically, like, well, this way, no matter who we recruit, there has to be at least one form they don't suck at. There's 100 variations. You have to be able to, by logically, you should be able to perform at least one of them. Okay, but then he's like, yes, and I mastered all 100 of them because I'm just that awesome.
Wow, what a fuck.
Yeah, well, there's one per. Yeah, well, sword styles are important in Erebonia.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you don't want to be a loser and get stuck with an orbital staff.
Yeah. Who the fuck would want to be stuck with one of those?
It basically makes you completely worthless physical attacking, designates you as the caster of the group. Which, all well and good, but when you're hanging out with people who like just wield buster swords or weeb katanas or
Well, the two people of the 3 characters that use orbital staffs, one of them is like an actually powerful magic user, but the rest are like, you have no combat ability whatsoever, so just wave the staff at people.
yeah.
So is Estelle's like the only person that fights with a staff, isn't she? Like fights.
Fights,
well,
yes.
well, also her dad.
Oh yeah, I forgot her dad also uses a
Also
staff.
her dad, and also the guy who taught her dad.
Well, taught is a bit much. She just kind of said, "Hey,
Yeah,
you stop."
it's more like he's like, hey, do you ever think about using a staff? And then he's like, you're right. This is good. I'm going to use my special sword techniques and use it with the staff, and somehow it'll work.
That's just how bullshit he is. But yeah, Estelle
Yes.
and Cassius are the only people who fight with just regular staffs. Everyone else in Cold Steel, it's like like 3 people have sword of like the primary class. 3 people have swords. 1 person has shotgun. 1 person has dual pistols.
I'm actually curious, in Cold Steel, do her and Joshua make any kind of cameo?
Not in
Show up-
Cold
they
Steel.
they don't show up until the 4th game.
Yeah, in 4 they show up. In 3,
In 4 they show up. No, they're not in 3.
no, in 3, but I got to Tita show up in 3.
Yeah, in 3 a bunch of characters from previous games show up, and then in 4, like all
Everyone.
the leads from the previous games show up. Yeah.
Everyone is here. Until then, 1 and 2 is exclusively the Green Friends Power Hour.
Pretty much.
Oh, but I mean, Olivia's there.
Well, yeah, but he's in everyone.
Well, yeah. That's because
He's
he
in
has a
everyone
giant.
except Zero.
It's because he has a special snake to show at parties.
Yes.
And
There's a point where he sends a request, and it's like, he wants you to go and exterminate a giant snake, but it's not like the giant snake he unveils at parties. It's then swiftly that.
And then he gets cut off by the guy whose entire job is to follow him around and keep him focused on task. And he's like, Reen, just ignore him and kill the snake, please.
I like that in the sort of final area where they're like, "Ha! Maybe if you'd have brought Mueller, things would be okay." And Oliver's like, "But I did.
But I did.
He's outside right now."
He's outside, and then he just shows up and kills one of the knights in one hit.
He's like busy fighting all these. He's busy fighting all the mechs. Well, sort of mechs, like
Sort of
magic
mechs,
mechs.
And by fighting mechs, they mean he slashes it once, and then it gets hit like 100 times.
Because he's mastered the Vander school of stabby things,
Master of the Vander School of Broadswords,
whatever that means.
as opposed to the Vander School of Dual Swords.
But it's okay because Craig the Red's also there, standing on his tank,
Yes.
right into battle against Bex.
get me closer! I want to hit them with my sword!
He doesn't use a sword, he just stands on the tanks.
Well, he did.
Get me closer! I wish to hit them with my fists!
Basically.
Actually, he does have a sword. He just chooses not to. He's like the principal. He uses one of those giant horse-killing swords.
But yeah,
Fly me closer!
basically, like,
Usually he just drives around with his arms crossed, like fire.
Every scene with him in battle is him just standing on the tank right into battle. Great.
To be fair, is there any other way?
Some people appear in mechs.
Yeah.
I mean, but pussies.
Right
on top of the tank like a man.
Or
You weak-willed pieces of shit.
Or you can, like, just send in your stupid bird to do talking for you, like certain people.
Ugh.
Listen, don't call out the princess like this.
It's not a princess, actually.
It's not a princess.
Oh, I was
it's a
talking
witch.
I was talking about. I don't know all the characters. I was referencing the girl that was the. I'm forgetting her.
Oh,
fucking
Chloe.
name. I can see her.
Chloe.
Oh, Chloe. Yeah.
That's funny, is that Gaius has no tragic backstory. His story is just that he's a cool guy from another country. He has a pet hawk that just kind of one day shows up.
He's like, yeah, this is my pet hawk from
the north.
the Highlands.
I'm starting to think that the creators might like hawks
Well,
and falcons.
to be fair, Cold Steel's original design was going to make it very similar to In the Sky.
Yeah, pretty much. And then
Including-
you know what? I think.
Well, I was going to say that Reen was going to be a girl at first,
Yeah.
which made the relationship with a certain character very familiar.
The edgy rival who is like, kind of like Joshua. And then they're like, haven't we done this story before? And they're like, yeah, you're right. Alright, let's make the lead a guy and it'll be different. But they didn't really change. They didn't change much of the actual story, so they come off as like very gay for each other.
So, hey, you know Akechi and Ren from Persona 5? It's like that, but more so. Because Reen can emote towards mystery character, whereas Ren just is forever blank slate.
Reen is capable of speech.
Speech in my protagonist? No.
Reen speaks a lot. Most of it is about how terrible of a person he is.
Albatross? No.
Except in the original Japanese and in the original English release, like, a lot of times everyone else's dialogue is voiced except his. Like, he speaks, but, like, it's only in text.
I remember they did that in Tales of Exilius 2, where but you could get the voice if you play New Game Plus because the voice is a spoiler.
Oh, but it's not. No, but it's not like that. It's like he has a conversation with two characters, but like their lines are voiced, but his aren't.
Largely because he has expensive VAs.
It's a combination of his VA is expensive, and also like because he's in every scene, they couldn't afford to voice every scene.
So for the updated re-release, though, they could.
Yes, the updated re-release, they put a lot of extra dialogue because.
I still gotta really finish the Skies games, because so I do want to play the Steel games as well, but I want to play Skies first, and I do like it, I just haven't gotten around to finishing the first one. Like, I really liked it, it just, you know...
right, you've not met Kevin, then.
Oh,
no, I've not met
the
Kevin.
Friendly neighborhood priest.
The best character.
He's just a happy-go-lucky priest.
Yes.
And nothing else.
Oh, at least you let me know that he's a happy-go-lucky priest and nothing else. I was gonna be concerned that he's something else.
No.
Why would you say that?
Thank God. I don't know, I just thought maybe he could be something else, but I'm glad that you told me that he is nothing else. Thank you for informing me.
He just travels around and does, traveling priest things.
Okay, good.
Like trying to score with chicks.
Like trying to score with chicks.
Oh, yeah.
And shooting monsters.
Wait, no, that's not normal. That's not normal priest things. I know what Catholic priests typically do. This is already wrong.
I mean, it's probably not helped that he's introduced direct. That the first scene of him is basically like, "Hey, there's a cute girl. I'm going to hit on her," and it's Estelle.
Wait, someone actually thinks Estella's cute? What happened?
The
world ending?
Oh, Olivia also thinks she's cute in
Oh yeah. By the second game, all of a sudden they're like, you know how we said you were ugly and tomboyish? Yeah, we take that back. You're not bad.
It's because now she's got the radiant glow of being in love.
And then she shows up in Cold Steel 4. Then is like, now has boobs and an ass, so...
Because she's 21 now. She's been aged.
Because she's 21 as opposed to 16.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because that's the thing, is that by Cold Steel, everyone's an old person. Everyone's old.
Yes.
20s, God, so old.
I mean,
even by Cold Steel 3, Reen is 20.
Actually, to be fair, by Japanese video game character standards, that's old. Fucking Kiryu is a senior citizen in his first game by Japanese video game standards.
yeah, well.
I've actually commented on that. Like, one of the things I kind of like about Yakuza is that it's a rare thing where you see like a protagonist who's not like 16 in a Japanese piece of fiction.
Yes. And he's very much never portrayed as a young person. Even when he's in Zero, he's not really young.
Is he like in his mid-20s in Zero?
Or he's definitely never portrayed as a teenager.
Like you see him in flashbacks where he's younger.
Ones and the old folks are weak. Instead, it's like you're a teenager, you can't compare it to our power. And they're actually
because I mean, Caius is fucking busted.
Sort of. Cassius is
Cassius,
he's strong, but then it turns out there's other people who are both older and stronger. Like,
well, that's because they're older.
Like maybe Laura's dad.
Yes.
Because he's the Radiant Blade Master.
He's the Radiant Blade Master. He's like 45.
And then he one-shots Reen in the fight.
And he one-shots Reen. He's like, yeah. So I was a powerful swordsman at one point, and then I actually kept using the sword.
Meanwhile, Cassius.
Oh god, that's kind of reminded me of well, it was the opposite that happened. It was I was watching like one of those like D&D D&D story things where they're playing like an old character. He was like a monk who became who can't age like after the first campaign they did, and he lost their mythical sword that they needed to build in order to defeat the big bad of the previous thing. He buried it in the sand and then lost it, and he buried it like near a kid's sandbox.
Fair. Where else are you gonna hide a mystical sword?
Exactly. Come on, it's not his fault.
That's why there's no mystical swords in Cold Steel or Trials in general.
No, there's divergent swords.
Or Zamorian or swords.
You do. I know the mystical swords that are in the new Fire Emblem are hero relics, which they have like an amount of charge onto them versus like the falchion in like the old games, and they're kind of a pain in the ass to fix.
Ah, so it's got.
So, yeah, they brought back weapon durability because they got rid of it in Fates and they brought it back, but I'm kind of okay with it the way that those games are built.
I think that they think
they last. You can also repair them too.
Yeah, you can repair,
one of the ways that broken
repair them, and when they break, they don't like go away forever.
You can still use them. It's just when they're broken, you now have a high chance to get follow-up attacked. So like sometimes like because you're using a broken weapon, they can just attack you twice as a response to your bullshit.
Yeah, as opposed to Awakening, where if they're broken, it's gone forever, and you can't fix them easily. So there's no reason to ever use anything that's rare.
The falchion were on like unbreakable, like the like Chrom and Lucina's weapon.
Well, yeah,
like they were just unbreakable
because they're plot important.
But I mean, like for example, the sword of the creator, the one that your character uses, it has a charge to it.
Yeah, because you can fix it, and you don't lose it if it breaks.
Yeah.
Special plot sword, as opposed to the special plot sword for the main character, who is a sword person, because that's usually how it works.
Like how Breath of the Wild has breakable weapons and everything, but the Master Sword because, well, plot.
It's too bad that the weapons in Breath of the Wild are like made out of paper.
I mean, it makes sense. Hyrule doesn't look like it has much industry. Hyrule doesn't look like it could build orbital gear.
No.
A weapon to surpass.
Basically, and then by the time of Cold Steel, which is happening almost exactly the same time orbital gear is being developed, it's hilariously outdated.
Yes.
Because it's like, here's this baby mech. Okay, now here's a Zaku.
Finally, but it's just still though. Honestly, the weapons in there are way too they break way too quickly. In Breath of the Wild.
I can't wait. I thought we were talking about Free House because I was going to say I can't wait to have.
Oh no, the weapons in that actually are pretty good. They last a good bit.
So I was gonna say,
and easy to replace and repair.
Because I was going to say we probably stumbled upon the gimmick for the next Fire Emblem character in Smash.
I mean, they kind of had that for Robin, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, I keep forgetting. Oh, right, Robin is in Smash. I just keep forgetting because
Yeah, they actually had the weapon durability system equipped to him specifically.
they're so bad.
Because if you use one of his spells a lot, it will the tome will break, his sword will break, and then he gets a new one.
I guess I just never noticed because I tend to kill Robin players too quickly.
I mean, that's fair.
You mean Robin's no good? Oh. But he's the only Fire Emblem guy that isn't just a swordsman.
Yeah, well.
He also has magic.
Maybe if we're lucky, we'll get like Edelgard or something from Three Houses, so that way we have an axe user.
Maybe if we're really lucky, we won't get another Fire Emblem character. We'll get someone else.
No, you'll get another Fire Emblem. You'll get another Fire Emblem character and like it.
I just want a character for a more deserving franchise.
Like what?
Like F-Zero.
Okay. Name me a character from F-Zero that isn't Captain Falcon or the guy with the horns on his head.
I never said that I knew any of the characters. I'm just saying it's more deserving.
No, come on, name one, and then I'll agree with you.
Captain Falcon's sister.
Does he even have a sister, or are you just saying that?
No, he does.
What's her name?
I don't remember her name. I just remember he has a sister.
Exactly.
Reverse Falcon.
That's the guy with the horns on his head that I can't even remember the name of.
No,
Black Shadow.
Yeah, I think that's probably his name. It sounds generic enough.
I only remember it because of the ending of what's the
Oh, when he punches and everything explodes.
Yeah, it's like Black Shadow.
Watashi wa shirenzu.
Black Shadow. This time will settle things between us. I won't die.
And then he dies.
And he dies, yeah.
How tragic.
And then he's like, Falcon Punch.
Turns out people die when they are killed.
Son of a bitch. Okay, I'll give you another shot. Another Nintendo series with a deserving character. Come on. Other than... Oh, actually, I do have one, but I want you to do it.
I'm assuming it can't be, like... It can't be...
It can be any time period. It can be any. They can be older. It can be newer. It's fine.
Nintendo. Or could it be?
It doesn't. It can be. Let's do just specifically Nintendo since we're talking about Nintendo characters, because I think a lot of the DLC characters are going to be third party. I think pretty much all of them are going to be third party.
Well, because I would like to see.
Because he wants to. Because I know the idea that he wants to do with the DLC is to add as many characters that are from series that aren't yet represented.
Well, because
so that's probably going to be third. So that's probably going to be mostly third party and maybe ARMS or an Advance Wars, because Advance Wars hasn't had a rep yet.
Well, I always want to see Wonderful 101 show up, but that's technically platinum.
Yeah, it would technically platinum.
Faye from Xenogears. They already have Xenoblade, so why not?
Who from Xeno what?
Square. It means main character from.
Oh no, I mean, actually, Xeno. Actually, no, Xeno is a third-party Nintendo or second-party or something like that. The Xeno series, because they aren't. Square published them back.
Oh, as if anyone knows who owns what part of the Xeno series anymore. I don't even think the guy who makes it knows what's going on.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Square Enix owns everything from Xenogears.
Well, didn't
because of weird publishing stuff.
Didn't Xenogears stuff appear in what's it called? World of Final Fantasy as a bonus boss.
Actually, no, I know Xeno. I know. One of the Xeno games is owned by Namco.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, is that Xeno Saga? Yeah, the one with the robot girl everyone likes.
Yeah.
Cosmos.
And Xenoblade 2 is the one with Nia, the only character who fucking matters in that game. Tell me I'm wrong.
I mean, I've not played, so I can't.
The main character is pretty bad.
When you say main character, do you mean the guy with the? Do you mean the little guy with the stupid voice, or do you mean the guy with the boobs?
I'll just say yes to be a smartass.
Because, you know, I never played. I don't know who these people are. I think one's called, like...
It's alright, honestly.
One's like Pyro or something.
Yeah, that's the girl with the boobs. Her one form. The other form she has is the one with the long blonde hair with the boobs.
Oh.
This isn't even her
So
final
you get short red
form.
hair with the boobs, or... So basically she has two forms, short red hair with the boobs, or long blonde hair with the boobs.
She has all of her
with slightly different personalities, if I remember.
all of her.
Neat. I don't know, as I said.
It's Xenoblade 2 is okay. That's pretty much it. It's just okay.
Oh, hang on a sec. I didn't realise Demon X Machina has produced my Marvelous.
That's a game I want to get at some point,
interesting.
because, I mean, giant robots.
I didn't say that's interesting, just because Marvelous are the ones who publish Cold Steel.
I was gonna say, I thought they sounded familiar. I don't know anything else, but probably if someone was mentioning to me, but, like, there's probably other things they've done that I'm just not remembering at the moment.
Wait a second. I need to check that something. Oh, they also did. Right. They also did that one No More Heroes game that's not No More Heroes 3, and is basically yes, we're making No More Heroes 3, shut up.
Oh, the arcade game that I heard was just kind of meh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not getting that one up. Well, look.
I was just curious because I wasn't sure if Demon X Machina was Nintendo or if it was. I guess it's Marvel. I guess it is.
I mean, honestly, I get that because their third-party support this generation's been pretty fucking good.
It's hard to tell what is theirs and what's not theirs.
Yeah, like I said, their third-party support this generation's been really good versus, say,
It's almost like they
most of
learned
the
their
other
lesson.
generations. Because, like, I also want to get Astral Chain. That game looks really good.
No,
There's a lot of stuff for the Switch that I really want to get. I just bought fucking Mario Odyssey finally.
Astral Chain's good. It just presents itself a really awkward problem because it's like, could be a female character in an action game, that would be fun. Oh, but if I pick her, I mean, she has no personality. So, but if I pick the dude, she does have personality. Oh no, this is...
Wait, what?
Well, okay, so no matter which side you pick your player character is silent, and the other is your twin, and they're voiced.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you pick the guy, then the girl is the one who's voiced and has personality and, like, character, and you're just blank slate who never says anything. Whereas if you pick, and same if you pick the reverse, so it's like, do you rather have just girl who does things but has no personality, or girl who does things but you don't control and has personality?
I see.
It's a tough choice.
Yes.
But yeah, I still
But yeah, I
still have to play Demon X Machina. I'm working my way back through Astral Chain now that I've finished Cold Steel 2. Wait for Cold Steel 3 next month.
I played it was on sale. I played an indie game called Nefarious. It was pretty alright. It's like a platformer game.
Neat.
With one of the main gimmicks being reverse boss battles. Like one of the reverse boss fights is you fight a bee who is totally not just Sonic the Hedgehog, and you control the wrecking ball from Sonic 1.
Ah.
Though you don't just move side to side, you can like fully move and smack them in the face with it. There's an reverse RPG boss battle too. There's it's one of those boss fights. You know those boss fights in the games where you control, where it's like a giant robot or just some giant trying to punch down at you, and you go in between the fists.
Yes.
It's basically that.
That's one of those.
The final, if you do the bad ending, you become the final boss, and you actually have 3 phases to it too.
You become the final boss.
So like if you do the bad ending and become the final boss, you you get your own 3-phase boss fight where if they knock you down, you get another phase. They knock you down again, you get a second phase. One more time, you have your final phase.
This isn't even my final form.
But do you get
Pretty much.
Do you get to create an infinite time loop that turns you into the all-powerful deity of chaos?
No.
Was fun in that. Man, I love... Is it weird that Garland is probably one of my favourite Final Fantasy characters?
No.
Which one is he?
The guy from the first one.
Yeah, he's the first boss of the first game, and then he reveals that he's actually also Chaos because of time loop shenanigans.
It sounds stupid as all hell.
Well, it's great. I love Garland, especially since his quote before he fights you is that he will knock you all down.
I, Garland, will knock you all down.
And it's like, he's so adorable. And then it turns out he's Chaos. And it's like, oh, that's so cute. And then he's voiced by Chris Sabat, which is weird because then Chaos is voiced by Keith David. So you have Chris Sabat and Keith David talking to each other, and it's like, I'm you. Huh.
Which one of us is the real?
I mean, they're both real. Time travel.
Time travel.
Yeah.
Time travel, son.
I mean, the city here is weird, but at least you get that Garland hanging out with, well, sort of Garland.
I am me, and you are also me, and we are me. And we will now go we.
So, and then if you like have Garland fight Chaos, it just gets awkward. You know everything I'm going to do, but I know everything you're going to do. Strange,
isn't it? Every time.
Yeah.
Every time I even just hear someone go, I know everything you're going to do, I immediately jump in with the, well, that won't help you, because I know everything that you're going to do. Strange, isn't it? Every time.
I mean, it's a
Or
good
is it?
quote.
It's a curse. It's a curse. It's a curse that we live with.
Oh, actually,
Quoting that fucking game.
Actually,
movie.
settle a bet, Dan, because you've played Sonic Adventure 2 semi-recently.
Yes.
Did Shadow intentionally get Sonic imprisoned, or was Sonic just a victim of racial profiling?
Racial profiling.
Okay, because someone I know is insisting, Shadow is a bad guy, because I was like, because for some reason we talk about like neutral characters or mention Shadow, and they said, no, he's a bad guy because he got Sonic arrested, and I was like, I'm pretty sure it's just because the cops in Sonic Adventure saw a hedgehog and just assumed that they were all the same.
That's literally what happened. Shadow fucked off.
How many walking, high-speed running hedgehogs can there be?
At least 6.
Because Shadow just fucked off.
Yeah.
And then the cops showed up.
Well, because Sonic starts the game arrested. Like he doesn't meet Shadow until he's already escaped from the cops and possibly killed some officers in that mech.
No, see, he's a bad guy because he's mean.
But then he stops being mean. Then he becomes the...
But the feelings are already hurt. You can't take those back.
Yeah, you can.
Well, yeah, first you just use Chaos Control, rewind time, or some bullshit, and then you take it back. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Well, you know, the Shadow the Hedgehog shit happens, and then it's like, meets an evil alien.
I am Black Doom.
I wonder if that guy's evil.
I, Black Doom, am evil, and you should work with me. Can't figure out.
I mean, I don't want to sound racist, so I'll just assume.
My favorite part is the fact that my favorite part is when you die, the screen just says blackout.
Oh. I thought you were going to say it's when you die, Shadow just screams, "Damn, not here!"
Oh, I'm talking about like the screen thing, but we all know about "Damn, not here."
Where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald?
Chaos Emerald. Shadow will never be allowed to swear like that again.
It's not even really swearing.
Where is it?
Well, for a kid's game, it is.
I mean, I'm pretty sure even when we were kids, we said a hell of a lot worse than damn.
I wasn't allowed to.
Oh.
I actually didn't know the word fuck for a while.
Yeah, maybe.
I didn't even know it was a word.
Oh.
I mean, I knew it was a word, but I was not supposed to. They still don't like it when I swear now.
Wow, you guys didn't. Wow, you guys' playgrounds must have been really nice places.
Well, to be fair, you do have to deal with, you know, people like, "Oi, you swear at me, Jacobs." You have to deal with those people.
The fuck was that accent?
What are they? What are they fucking called? What is it? I swear at me, mum. Those people. What are they fucking called?
I mean, judging by your voice, that sounds more like a leprechaun.
I didn't know you hung out with leprechauns on
Chavs,
the
Chavs,
on the
it's
playground.
Chavs.
It's Ireland, mate. I don't have to worry about that.
That's not even Ireland, you fuck. That's not even a good impression of that.
No, what? I just said that's Ireland. Where the leprechauns
See, you're just
attack.
being a cunt.
I mean, you're the one.
You're just being a
You're the one
cunt.
who's asking if I was.
Okay, see, I knew it. You're a chav. I knew
You're the
it.
one who's
You
asking
played
if I was-
leprechauns as a kid.
Well,
I knew it. He's a chav.
play is a bit strong. Abused.
This explains a lot. Can you believe Treyman's a chav?
Okay. I mean, you don't even know what that word means.
Wait, he's Chad?
Then explain it to me.
Damn, Chad.
Oh no.
One sec. Hold on one second. Hold on one second.
He's gonna. Oh no. Oh no, maybe he's trying to contact his leprechaun friends. Oh no.
Oh, he's calling Warwick Davis.
Oh, you can't stop.
No, it wasn't that. I knew there was gonna be a knock on my door. I just said a couple minutes. Okay, so I'm gonna edit this part out.
Oh.
What was
Alright.
was he in Leprechaun movies or not?
Was he the leprechaun? I thought it was someone else.
No, it was him.
It was Warwick Davis, huh? Huh. I'll look this up. I'm not disagreeing with you. Oh, yeah, he was Star. Oh, right, because this was also had Jennifer Aniston before Friends.
Yeah.
Ah, Friends. I remember that show very well. I never watched Friends.
I think I saw a couple episodes. I didn't really get it. I guess it's
A lot of sitcoms from that era I never really got into.
I got into I really like Seinfeld and Frasier. Mostly because they're just shows about terrible people.
Yes.
So I can relate.
You know, that's also true. Anyway, we're gonna end it there. I hope you guys enjoyed us rambling while I played Mario. I actually got to World 4.
But did you cheat?
Yes.
Oh.
He even
Listen, they
admits
gave me
it.
the ability to rewind. They gave me the ability to rewind. Why not? Why am I gonna deny it when it's in recording? Like, literally, people can watch me do it. Like, all I gotta do is hit 2 buttons and boom, I can rewind.
Because
Why lie about it?
because shameful display.
Yes. But anyway, thank you for joining us, and you also watch out for the leprechauns.
Train man's a chav.